I recently stumbled across a passionate and loyal alumni group you wouldn't expect to see in Charlotte, and their common bond is football. Who would have thought there'd be a large University of Nebraska alumni group in uptown Charlotte that meets each time their team plays?
Actually, Tim Zaraff and I sat down here one night, had a beer, and said, you know what, there's got to be more than just the two of us Huskers here in Charlotte, North Carolina. After going to the Wake Forest game, some people actually made the comment, what'd you bring the entire state of Nebraska? So after sitting down, talking things over, we thought if we could get 20 to 30 people for a pay-per-view game, we would be super excited. Now, this year, we have about 200 people for a pay-per-view game. Tonight, nationally televised game, we're going to have about 50 to 100 people down here, so it's pretty darn good.
It really kind of all started with my wife telling me I needed to find some friends to watch the games with, because I used to order them at home.
It pales in comparison to standing in Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska, but ultimately, when you get down to it, what we wanted to create was something. There's a location in Lincoln called Barry's, where they have a big warehouse. Essentially, everybody, 300 to 500 people every single game day get there before the game and stay throughout the game. So ultimately, what we wanted to create was very South.
Other than the game being right down in front of me, it's pretty darn close to being equal. The people here are awesome. We've gotten that's what really makes our chapter is the people that come out and watch the game and you know, cheer us on.
We do consider ourselves the best fans in America, the classiest fans in America. Nothing will actually get us to actually be mean to another fan base. As you'll see, there's plenty of K-State fans here tonight. They share something in common with us, and that's former member of the Big Eight. But ultimately, we all love college football.
Are you a fan of Kansas State because of your boyfriend, or were you always like a Kansas State fan?
No, I'm a new Kansas State fan.
The alumni group comes up with creative ways to send local students to the University of Nebraska.
As a part of an ongoing commitment to the University of Nebraska, each week we raffle off a pizza from Lincoln, Nebraska from Valentina's. This money is part of an endowment that we're using for scholarship for the University of Nebraska and to support the club.
But make no mistake, the focus is still toward Husker football. So what do you think of the game so far?
I'm loving the game. Nebraska's doing good so far. First game in the Big 12. Looking good this year.
It was a lot of fun working with the Nebraska fans that night.
Really? Did they win?
Nebraska won big over Kansas State.
That's great. That's great.